Okay, I am here with Mona of Politichicks, who was at the first Rick Perry event earlier today and is now here at the second. What did you think of event number one up in the Lake Country?
It was a big turnout. A lot of veterans came out to support Rick Perry. A lot of supporters for all the veterans. He really emphasis on military and foreign affairs. Something totally different than we saw in 2012.
Now, obviously, it's been about a month since we've talked. You've had plenty of time to go around. Have you covered many of the other candidates?
After I saw you in First in the Nation, I was supposed to go to South Carolina, but unfortunately, because I'm from New York City, one of the officers that had just got killed in the line of duty.
Oh yeah, that was a big story,
that was
obviously.
a very, very big story, and I'm very pro-cop, and I support them 100%, and I had to cover that, and it was just very heartbreaking at that time. So I took a break from that, and then I came right back now, summertime.
So it's back to it's back to the political hustings. If you don't mind me jumping to that, since you were covering the shootings of the police in New York, what is the feel of the city in terms of what people think about what's going on with the mayor and the police?
Well, the crime is up, right? It's going back to the way how it was before pre-Giuliani era. De Blasio say like the New York Post and the Daily News needs to stop with this like gimmick of crime is up. He has Reverend Al Sharpton defending him, someone who shouldn't even be talking. And people are like, over the weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, when we had 25 shootings, people were crying for stop and frisk to come right back. And people are saying there's no correlation to why crime is rising because of stop and frisk. So we have a lot of tension going on with that. Like people want to bring it back after what happened 2 years ago. They didn't want it 2 years ago. Now they want it again. And we're just seeing New York City like how it was before 1994.
What is your feel in terms of the morale of the police?
Police are like very scared after what happened to Officer Brian Moore. He was very proactive in his job. He really cared about the community. He really cared about getting the bad guys off the streets. And he did his job. He tried to stop a guy, and the guy just came out of nowhere and shot him. And now cops are just responding to 911 calls, and they're just not being proactive like they used to be. They're just taking the calls. If they see something, they're just letting it go because they want to come home at the end of the day.
It's quite a shame. I'm going to pivot right back to Rick Perry one more time. Obviously, the pretty well-attended event right now. Governor Perry is meeting with some veterans upstairs. From your feel of the two events so far, do you think that the veterans vote is going to be key considering the size of the field?
The veteran vote and a lot of people who see what's going on with ISIS and the threats and everything, it's going to be a big turn, and it's going to help push Perry up right before the first presidential debate coming up in August, that he might be like top 5, top 6 in the polls. This is really going to help him out.
And, normally top 5 or 6 wouldn't sound good, but when you've got potentially 16 candidates, that's very good.
Yeah.
And where will we be seeing you next after you cover here?
In 2 weeks, and then hopefully in a month from today on Freedom Fest in Vegas.
All right, and where can we find you online?
Politichicks.com and at Twitter at Political Crazy.
Okay, Mona, thank you very much for your time again.